Today I'm going to be showing you a new mitochondrial support supplement and also showcasing 4 different hydrating fillers that I really like. This week I've not been feeling particularly hot. I've been feeling quite tired and a little bit run down, so I was having a look around at some new supplements to see whether or not there's anything that might help. There is one in particular, a mitochondrial support supplement, which I'm going to explore in this week's I'm Not Getting Paid to Say This. So the supplement that I've been talking about is this Mito-Q supplement. The one that I have here is Coenzyme Q10 plus curcumin. So this is a little bit different to a normal Coenzyme Q10 supplement because it's got a positive charge to it, and most of them don't. So this positive charge allows the Coenzyme Q10 to more easily enter the mitochondria, and you can build up a higher amount of Coenzyme Q10 inside the mitochondria. Why is that a big deal? Because it's kind of a massive deal. Why is that so important? Well, Coenzyme Q10 is something that you produce already. It's by the liver, and from about age 20, the rate at which you produce Coenzyme Q10, it declines quite rapidly. So it's good if you can supplement it. And Coenzyme Q10 is used by your body to produce something called ATP, which is like an energy storage molecule. So it's really important for all your body's processes. You can imagine if your storage of energy is not functioning properly, of course, everything's not going to function properly. And supplementation with Coenzyme Q10 has been shown to decrease the rate of progression of Alzheimer's disease, decreases rate of progression of periodontal disease, so gum disease, and also decrease hypertension as well. And this one that I have here contains extra curcumin. So the brand does have a few different products available. Some are targeted, for example, towards brain health, some are for liver health. This one in particular with the curcumin is quite interesting. Curcumin has been shown in the lab to block growth of certain tumours, so that's why they've included it in this particular product. The one that they have here is a special super duper fancy one, which has got increased levels of circulating curcumin available after you've taken the supplementation. So if you are somebody who is interested in optimizing their health and maybe you're already taking Coenzyme Q10 supplementation, definitely have a look at this brand and see whether or not it's something that might work for you. So I have here in front of me 4 different types of hyaluronic acid, and they're from 4 different brands. And all of them have got one thing in common, which is they're all used to give you improved skin hydration and make the skin look better, rather than being a traditional sort of filler where you can make, I don't know, the lips bigger or the cheeks bigger or give you lift. So they're not going to be any good for that. But what they are good for is making you look like you've got a bit of glow from the inside. So the first product here is from Ipsa. It's called Profilo, and it's quite an interesting product because structurally it's quite different to anything else that's out there on the market. So if you imagine, it's got long chains of hyaluronic acid in it, which are like spaghetti. And you'll have one bit that's got a positive charge and one bit that's got a negative charge, and that's how it's cohesive, that's how it all stays together. So it's not a chemical bond like you'll find in most of the other hyaluronic acids, which have got these quite strong carbon-carbon double bonds, if you remember that from your chemistry days at all. It forms like a lattice work when you have a bond like that. This is more just like a big old plate of spaghetti bolognese. For this product, you use it in quite a specific way. So you inject 3 points along the cheekbone, once in front of the ear, and then once in the chin area. I mean, you can also use it in the neck as well, but that's a little bit different. And it's got this really interesting property that it spreads out underneath the skin. So although you look like you've got these bumps on the skin once you've injected it, they go quite quickly, and it gives you this really lovely glow. So you would normally do at least 2 different treatment sessions, which would be a minimum of 3 weeks apart. Sometimes people need to do a third session, and then after that you would do another session maybe every 6 to 12 months just to keep on top of it. And it's been quite a popular treatment since we took it on into the clinic. People are having that as an adjunct to having other fillers done. So if you're somebody who likes to have a skin improvement along with a skin lift, you can certainly have both if you add in a bit of Profilo. So the next product we have is the Juvederm Volite. This is, again, an interesting product. So this one contains lignocaine for your comfort, so it makes it a little bit less stingy once you've had the injections done. And you inject it in a slightly different way. So it's very, very good for people who have got those barcode lines on the upper lip, you know, those vertical lip lines. Or if there's some scarring maybe in the skin and you need to lift the scarring up, or even if there's just fine lines. I like it a lot around the mouth, actually. So with this one, you do multiple injection points, little tiny papules all over the skin. And it's not the same as with the Profilo because you just do the one treatment with this, and you would do maybe one treatment every 6 to 12 months. One treatment will cover an area that is the size of the palm of your hand, very, very roughly. And speaking of hands, it actually works quite nicely in the backs of the hands. If you've got maybe some crepiness in the back of the hand, or you can see the veins a little bit excessively there, Juvederm Volite is quite good for that too. And the next one is Restylane Vital. And again, this is a cross-linked product which also contains lignocaine, so it's very similar to the Volite. The only difference being this is a slightly older product and you need to do more than one treatment for a treatment course. So you would typically do 3 different treatments which are approximately 3 weeks apart to get the best results with the Vital. With both of them, you have to make sure that you're injecting it at a deep enough level, because if you're too superficial, then you'll end up with papules in the skin and it can be quite visible. So for that reason, I tend not to use the Restylane Vital in the neck because I feel that out of the two, it gives me more risk of getting the papules. But with the Volite, I haven't really had that problem. But if I went more superficially than I do, I would definitely still have a problem with the Volite. The Vital is quite interesting because it comes in a automatic clicker pen, so you know when you press the pen how much product is coming out at each point, so you know that you're not going to overdose any area, which is quite interesting. And it does make it a little bit more bulky actually to hold. But from the two, I do find the Volite a little bit easier to use, and of course you don't have to have as many treatment sessions. The final product is this TSL Redensity 1 here. This one is not cross-linked, so it's just single chains of hyaluronic acid. And the reason why I've included this one into the mix is because it contains additional vitamins and minerals in with it. So it's got some glutathione in there, which is obviously a very powerful antioxidant. It's got some N-acetylcysteine, which is a precursor of glutathione, and some vitamin B6, copper, zinc, which are all important for cellular processes. It also contains arginine, lysine, proline, glycine as well, which are important for collagen production. So it's a bit more of a mesotherapy type product, I would say, than the others. You need to do more than one treatment session. So you would maybe do 3 treatment sessions, approximately 3 weeks apart. I find it quite effective for underneath the eye. So if you've got a little bit of darkness underneath the eye and maybe you're not quite ready for proper tear trough fillers, you can use the Redensity 1 under there and it will help to lighten the skin slightly. I also use it quite a lot with PRP, that's platelet-rich plasma, something we can talk about later. It's where you take the blood and spin it down in a centrifuge, take the top fraction which contains the platelet-rich plasma, and then I inject that underneath the eye, which is excellent for skin tightening. So if you have crepey skin, PRP underneath the eye in high doses is fabulous, and then a little bit of the Redensity 1 afterwards to really give that smooth look. It works very, very well. So don't be fooled when somebody talks about hyaluronic acid dermal fillers, because they're not all the same, and some of them are used more to give an improvement in the skin tone and texture and hydration levels, rather than this kind of quite stereotypical image that some people have of them as being just good for putting in your lips and making them bigger, or for making somebody's cheeks bigger, because there's a lot more to them than just that. Okay, that's it for this week. I hope you found that both entertaining and illuminating. Please like, comment and subscribe to the channel, and if there's anything in particular that you'd like to see or any questions you have, please just indicate them below.